Now, these next two slides are going to look at the cultural differences between men and women based on two terms, femininity and masculinity. And there's a number of characteristics. There's a list of characteristics that are considered ideal for feminine ideas for women. And then there's a list of characteristics that are ideal for males in terms of masculinity. So I'll go through these very quickly because I don't want to spend an inordinate amount of time on it. So let's start with the social construction of females. The cisgender female is expected to be feminine. So femininity refers to the physical, behavioral, mental, emotional characteristics believed to be ideal for females. So what might those be? She should be smooth, no body hair. So she shouldn't have a beard. When you start losing hormones in terms of estrogen, like me, in your menopause, you're going to start finding yourself growing a beard. Yikes. But she should be smooth. Now, think of this in terms of the United States, because some societies, women don't shave their legs and things like that, like we do here. But we remove hair from under our arms, our legs, and other places. But a head full of hair, long lashes is perfectly acceptable. She should smile easily and often, which is why a man she doesn't even know might tell her, "Hey, baby, why don't you smile? You'd be prettier if you smiled," which can be so invasive. Sitting with her legs crossed and occupying little space, which also refers to her body. She should be small and petite in size. She should allow men to take the lead and be aggressive. She should refrain from using profanity. She should wear clothing and makeup that flatters her body and makes her attractive to men. She should desire marriage and children as part of her goals in life. And it doesn't matter if she wants to be president of the United States. You better take some time to have some kids. Becoming emotional when upset? You bet. Have a good cry, they might encourage her to do, because crying is okay for a woman to do. And then also, she should exhibit an attitude that is neither threatening or intimidating. So if she's intimidating, there's a word that rhymes with witch, but begins with a B, but I'm too ladylike to say, but you know what I mean. So women are called that when they exert themselves in a forceful way. Now let's look at the social construction for males, looking at masculinity. Again, the physical, behavior, and mental and emotional traits I believe to be ideal for males. So we're talking about muscular bodies and facial hair. So we're living in the land of the beard. Most men are having these full beards, which my daughter calls having connections. The beard is fully connected. She loves men with beards. Being aggressive and able to defend oneself. So even if a man can't fight, he better look like he can. Being competitive, a man should be willing to compete with any other man at any given time. He's willing to prove he's a real man. Which is why, interestingly enough, sometimes I'm on the freeway and I'll see, a sports car, a sporty car like a Corvette or something like that, or Mustang, driving in the far left lane doing about 95 to 100 miles an hour. And all of a sudden there's a Ford Focus in the right-hand lane flying up trying to catch him, and they're racing each other on the freeway. Crazy. Refraining from becoming emotional or tearful when upset. So unlike women, men should hold it in, choke it down, be a man. Being a provider and protector to the family. So he's the person that provides ultimately for the family, the material resources they need. But if there's a noise in the house, he's the one that wakes up and tries to find out if there's some intruder in the home. It's his role to protect the family. Having an interest in sports. And not all men are interested in sports. And it doesn't make them gay, because I got news for you. There are a lot of gay men that love sports and a lot of gay men that play professional sports. But you didn't hear that from me. Not admitting to fear, loneliness, and other emotions that express vulnerability. So it's okay for a guy to say, "I'm horny," but it's not okay for him to say, "I'm lonely." Because if he says, "I'm horny," that means I need a body, anybody, any female body to do my business with. But "I'm lonely" means I need somebody, someone to love me, someone to hold me, someone to care. That's vulnerability. And a real man doesn't express that. And speaking of sex, being sexually virile, able to perform, meaning he's not impotent. Active, he should be getting sex on a regular basis and experience. Men and women lie about sexual experience. A woman will estimate the number of partners she's had because she doesn't want to be seen as those terms they call women who have a very active sex life. I'll put it like that. But men also exaggerate. Men also lie about their sex life. They exaggerate the number of women they've been with sexually because to sleep around means you're a real man.